Okay, hi guys. I am April. So we are talking, and we're talking. What was that? Oh, no. This would be great on the recording. Oh, okay. I promise can speak English. We're going to talk about meal prepping and some tips for nutrition tonight. And we are just going to give some recommendations. And I realized I wasn't recording. So go ahead and say that again, Brandi.
So there's an app called Dashing Dish, and it's like $7 a month, but it is so nice to use. It has all kinds of healthy recipes and things like that on there. And then you can push this little plus sign and it adds it right to your grocery cart. And then it kind of like organizes the list too. So it'll have it by produce and grains and meats, things like that. But she also has some kind of like scripture stuff that she ties to it in there too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and if you guys ever want more recipes too, Beachbody's blog, Catherine's still playing with her hair. With you. Sorry. She just looked like she just fell into the water. I can't. Okay, I'm such a squirrel. I'm sorry. Yeah, Beachbody's blog has such great recipes and things like that in there too. And then if you do have if you've bought like Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset or anything, they have the Nutrition Plus app. It's nutrition with the plus sign, and you can access all the recipes and things, log your workouts if you or log your meals. If you are using the Ultimate Portion Fix with the containers, then you can check those all off as you use those. And then it's got the 2B Mindset, and you can track everything there too, and like take pictures and really cool stuff. So what we wanted to talk about is Jessica's going to give some tips. She's like, what? Jessica's going to give some tips just on like basically getting started planning for your meal. And we want you to post anything that you're struggling with in the chat, like literally anything. And we also want you to post a win that you've had from the week. So we'll celebrate and talk in there. Jessica's just going to kind of give us a little bit of tip of like how she gets and prepares for the week. And then we will go through and tackle any questions. And if you want us to just randomly give you tips, we can do that too. So go ahead, Jessica.
All right. I am Jessica. I'm a busy mom. I've got 2 toddlers, 2 and a 4-year-old. And when I was looking for something to help with my nutrition, I thought that I didn't have the time to be healthy. I didn't have the time to meal prep, that kind of thing. And once I started with 21-day fix, and then, which I did great with. It was really challenging for me with 21-day fix without the education behind it to kind of teach me about emotional eating and sugar cravings and all that. But once I learned the program, this is how I set myself up for success during the week. It's typically Saturday night. Saturday night, I will sit down and I will meal plan. I'm old school. I don't use the app. I will be honest. I don't use the app. I use the notes section on my phone, and I plug in. For me, I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I have a snack in the morning and a snack in the afternoon. And at the bottom, I will have my allowable container counts. So say for vegetables, I have 4. So I use all the recipes from either the Fixate cooking show, Pinterest. You will find so many 21-day fix, portion fix recipes on there. And all I do is I find recipes I want to do for the week and work out my meal plan that way. So usually breakfast, it's either Shakeology or I'm an easy yogurt and strawberries. It's just what I do. I love it. It works for me. So I start with breakfast, plug it in, and then usually I have to play around. The hard part is carbs for me. I know April likes to not have carbs. Usually later in the day. For me, typically I will have them. It doesn't bother me. Everybody's different. But I'll typically do carbs for lunch and dinner. And then I pick recipes, and from there I have my grocery list. So once I have my recipes, I plug in my grocery list, 2 separate. I have a meal plan note, and then I have my grocery shopping list. So Saturday night, I have it all planned out. Sunday morning, typically, depending on mom life, I go to the grocery store, and then Sunday afternoon, I meal prep for a couple hours, and I'm literally set for the week. And it's the only way that I have found for myself to stay on track, because for any of you, whether you're moms, you're busy working, it's hard to stay on track if you don't have a plan. I know for me, if I don't have food prepped, I'm going to eat the crap. I'm going to eat the stuff my kids are eating. I'm going to eat off their plate. It's just what it is. So that's kind of what I have found works for me. I'm old school. I do it in my notes section. It doesn't have to be fancy. I promise you it will work. It doesn't have to be fancy. But that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, and then so what I also do too is I couldn't agree more with that, is that what you have to do whatever works for you. So I literally just have this notebook where I write everything in, and so I write Monday through Friday over here, and then I write the dinner, and then over here is my shopping list. And so this is just like my work notebook. It's very professional. But I like will write, so it said Monday. Lunch was pizza for Adley, meal prep for me. Dinner, chili and cornbread. Tuesday, lunch, turkey roll-ups. And I usually just will, for me, I'm usually like leftovers. So then I write in what Adley's lunch will be, just so I know. So dinner, salsa chicken. Dinner, shrimp tacos was one night. We had those last night, actually. Dinner, I know I have a pork loin in the freezer. So it's helpful for me too to just write it in here what day. So then I can also remember, hey, you have to take it out of the freezer on Tuesday to make sure to be able to make it. So I will just have this and just come over here and tick on that. And then Friday is usually we do like pizza or something, like treat Friday. So I do that, and then I just write it over here. I'm not fancy at all, but the other thing that I do is, or you could do it in the notes section of your phone, which is actually nicer because you always have your phone. And then you can also do your other personal items, like I'm out of shampoo, I need to do that, things like that. So I also, if you look in the file section in our group, we have everything broken into units. And if you click in the unit section, all of our meal plans and things like that are there. There's also a file section, but the unit section, we actually try to organize everything. And I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but we upload this pretty like awesome weekly meal plan. So you can go in there and literally follow it to a T. All the recipes are there. I'm going to find somebody needs muted and I can't. Sorry, I can't focus. But so check out those. And then there's also on one side, it says like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. And then on the back, it has a grocery list. So if you go in there, that you can even print those out too. So I'm going to go in the chat. Does anybody want to ask any questions first and foremost? Let's talk nutrition. If you are not following a plan, you are like winging it. Like say you do the 21-day fix and you do the 30-minute workouts, but you're not doing the meal plan, you can expect 50% of those results. So if you are not going all in with something, like 21-day fix was designed in mind for you to be following that container meal plan. So if you cannot outwork a bad diet. And I think that's the biggest thing we all need to remember. I am a fitness junkie. I love working out. I have not always had the best nutrition. I've struggled with eating disorders in the past, and then also just would be like, when I wasn't, I'd be like, well, I run so I can eat, kind of thing, was kind of always my mentality. I can eat, I can run more, I can do this more, because I ate that. So if there's anything in particular you have a question with, let us know, but we want you to commit to a meal plan. Is anybody doing To Be Mindset here? We have To Be Mindset, and then we have the Ultimate Portion Fix. Okay. I love To Be Mindset. I did it for such a long time after Adley. Absolutely love it. I am more so following the containers right now. But a lot of the things I've picked up has been To Be Mindset. Basically, the difference is Ultimate Portion Fix is like you get this many containers, this many of this color, this many of this color. So, and then To Be Mindset is like you look at your plate and this is how you learn to eat. So if you're, maybe the containers aren't working for you, or you're just like, you're just not into it, then maybe you want to look at To Be Mindset. We can talk to you more about that. But so everyone here, I'm assuming, since I didn't see anybody said anything To Be Mindset, everybody here is committing to tracking containers. Yes, yes, yes. Catherine, no, don't sign me up for that. Are you doing To Be Mindset then? Okay, hold on. I just unmuted you.
Oh, I don't know yet. I haven't done anything yet. And I guess I'm just deciding. I did message with Jessica this week, and I'm kind of now leaning toward containers, but
Okay.
I don't know what. I need something.
All right. So and I saw Elena said that she doesn't have containers. There's a couple different ways that you guys can do this. I am not here to tell you to go one way or another for like the purpose of making money. That's not the last of my worries. I want you guys to have the most information to figure out what's best for you. If you just want to do the containers, you need the containers. You can order them for $10. They're like $8, $7, something with your coach discount if you have that. So you could just do the containers, and then you can go on Beachbody On Demand and get your container count. You can figure out exactly what you're doing. I would really suggest, if you are somebody that wants to dig in or is struggling with being consistent with it, the Ultimate Portion Fix, because you get a ton of videos from Autumn herself. She breaks down. I mean, I was always like, yeah. I followed the containers before. I got this, But then you get lazy. You start eyeballing your containers, or you start doing this, or you start being like, close enough. Like, that was probably one yellow. No, girl, it's never just one yellow. If you're thinking that, it's never. And so she breaks down emotional eating. She breaks down how to meal plan, how to grocery shop, some really great tips for kids. She gives you like 75 healthy kid recipes. She explains, why you're eating this way, why so much hidden sugar and things that are in that the hidden sugar part was like such an eye opener to me when she started talking about that. She breaks down what you're looking at ingredient wise. And so not only is it really important information, she gives you a workbook, and I'm like a total nerd. So I was like nerding out. I remember I sat outside, listened to the videos on my iPad while Adley was playing. We had a blanket down in the grass. It was actually like really fun. I binge watched it over like 3 days, and that was what we did. So I took notes. You also get the Fixate Volume 2 cookbook. And then you get a tracker, which the tracker is huge. I'm a pen and paper girl. I love it. I talked to Alicia today. She has on her fridge, like where she just comes over and tallies the boxes, which especially right now with most people at home, that's perfect. Things like that. And then she wipes it away and a whiteboard and starts new the next day. So whatever system you need to use, commit to it 100%, because I love seeing all the memes about, I love my my coronavirus memes. But I see people like Corona 15 or Quarantine 15. And my big thing is like, for those of you that don't know, I've got an 11-week-old. So I'm like, no, this is the time for me to really like push and be like, I stuck to my nutrition despite being stuck in a house, and this is what I have to show for it. For me, I'm like, I'm doing it for me, but I'm also like, hey, it's part of my business. I could have a transformation, and it's going to inspire other people, to want to commit to this because it works. So I want you to just be super dedicated and super in it to win it mentality, because that's why I think the videos and things are so great, is because it makes you, it's in your forefront, right? Out of sight, out of mind. But if you're like, oh, I just watched this video, this happened, it's just so much more easier to stick to it. So anybody else want to chat? I feel like I've talked too much. I'm going to come in here and look at these chat boxes. Jamie, you're raising your hand. Go.
Just raise my hand. So I just want to touch base on the discount coaching aspect of it, because a lot of us, when we hear like the word coaching, it means like you have to coach somebody. That's not the case. It is for you to be able to set yourself up to get the discounts and get the releases on workouts and all the other little perks, one, before other people, but also to help you stay on track without having to pay full price for stuff. So if you're utilizing the Shakeologies or the Energize or, any of the products, or just like April was saying with, the containers, the discount on that, it's completely worth it in the end to do that route sometimes, because you don't want to be paying $130 for Shakeology every month when you can get it for $97. So I want to make sure like you guys understand, when we say discount coach or anything like that, that doesn't mean you have to go out and coach somebody or recruit or anything. It is another avenue for you to set yourself up for success. with that discount. So.
Yeah, exactly. And when you need other little things, it's nice to not pay full price. So Brandi, I think you said, I have the containers. How do I go about getting or seeing the ultimate portion? I think you can just get a digital unlock. Yeah, so that way would be cheaper to just get the videos if you wanted that part. And then Elena said, I don't have the container, so to be mindset. Make up you can like, Nicole can send you a couple of videos, one of Ultimate Portion Fix, one of To Be Mindset, and you can see which one sounds best to you, and then you can decide that way. That's probably the best thing.
So one thing that April had mentioned, I don't know, on something a while back, was because whenever I got the Portion Fix containers or whatever, I was overwhelmed. I was like, holy crap, this is a lot to plan out. There's no way that I can plan like my entire day or even the entire week. So April had mentioned to do like dinner first and then have that planned out. Then you can, and I would always like work my way backwards. And then for like my snacks, I'd be like, oh, I don't have enough greens yet today. Let's throw a cucumber in there for my snack. That really helped me because it was very overwhelming at first. And that planning the dinners first and then the other things helped a lot.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good tip. That's a good tip. That's a good reminder. I mean, sorry, I'm doing a boomerang for Instagram. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is just fitting it in. Cause like, you're like, okay, I have an orange container and like a blue. What do I do with this? You know? So that was helpful. Anytime I make dinner, I just make extras. I just plan on making extras always because either my husband will take it for lunch or I'll have it or something like that. So the other thing is too, is like, if I'm already cooking something, maybe I'll just throw a couple chicken breasts and some Italian seasoning and some veggies into the oven while I'm cooking something on the stove for the next day. Okay. So easiest to start with one meal without getting overwhelmed. Yes. Do both plans incorporate Shakeology, endurance, and the pre-workout? Yeah. So Energize is the pre-workout. It is considered a free container with the fix, and it's totally doable with To Be Mindset. So that's I think it's like yeah, it's a free container. I was gonna say I think it's like 35 calories. I don't even know if it is that. I have no idea. I can't remember. I should know. Fruit Punch is my favorite. They come out with mixed berry May 18th. My sister and another coach on our team got to try that in February. They said it was delicious. 20 calories. Yeah, like nothing. So I'm super excited about that. What I do is I actually take my Energize, my Hydrate, which is like the healthy Gatorade, and collagen, and I mix it together and I call it my mocktail. But yeah, so Energize is free. Recover is free if you have it within 30 minutes of your workout. I was actually just talking to somebody about this today, that the way that your body metabolizes it, it's considered a free container because right then and there, it's going to go straight to helping with your protein synthesis and helping with muscles. I'm an ex-fitness nerd, sorry. But that way it's a free container. Somebody asked about the beach bars. Has anybody tried the beach bars before? I'm literally obsessed with them. I have a beach bar and in my Fruit Punch Energize every day at 3:00. It's helps so much with my sugar craving. So that is also, it's 150 calories, 10 grams of protein. We also have them in vegan options, which is awesome. So I had to go dairy free with nursing, and like all I want all the time is chocolate. So the beach bars and a rice cake with peanut butter has been my saving grace. Who struggles with a sweet tooth at night? Okay, so this is my go-to, is dinner's done. I'm really trying to stick to my plan, but I need something sweet. So I do this is my go-to, is a rice cake with peanut butter. And then I either put a couple apples or banana slices on it, or like 4 chocolate chips, or you can do shredded coconut, you can do raspberries. That to me is like everything. And I mean, it's like less than 100 calories. It helps with my sweet craving.
Yeah, they have those chocolate rice cakes too that are super yummy. Just throw some peanut butter on that and
yes,
it's good.
Yeah. And it's a rice cake, so it's like no guilt. Yeah. So depending too what you want, sometimes like frozen berries are good just to munch on a couple of those from the freezer. Let's see, mine is all day and my boyfriend always wants ice cream. We have so much ice cream in our freezer with a toddler. It's like not okay. So I switched to dairy free, like I said, and I have these little individual size like popsicles, like with the chocolate coating, and that's like one thing that I'll just like let myself know I can just have one, which is nice too. Well, let's just say her struggle is the weekend. So are you still struggling now with quarantine life or not so much? Okay. So it's like normally like going out, restaurants, things like that. Okay. So what Matt will always be like, where do you want to eat? You're the only one that like has a say about everything. Like I, for the most part now, will be able to find something anywhere I go. But I think the biggest thing is when you go out, and I used to think like, oh, I'll get a salad. But sometimes like the salad is more calories than like a burger or something like that. I mean, like, so you just have to be really mindful container wise. You know, if I know that I'm going to go out and I'm going to have pizza or I'm going to have sushi or something like that, and I know there's a lot of yellows involved, and maybe I'll have a beer, which is another yellow and a half. But I know during the day, I'm not going to have any yellow containers, and I'm not going to, I'm really going to change the way that I eat before I go out. So if I'm going to eat out and I'm going to have that pizza or whatever, and that's why planning is important too, I will not have any yellow containers throughout the day. I will try to probably have, lots of extra vegetables, a red or a green if I'm hungry, and then I'll plan to do that. So it's not perfect, but at least I didn't like, well, I already ruined it. Let's just keep going on. So planning it ahead of time, I feel has really opened up my eyes. Any other weekend tips or weekend struggles or anything else? Oh yeah, sorry. I'm like, I forgot that everybody hasn't used them yet. So this came out, 6 years ago, and I've been basically using it since, so I forget that, but yeah. Carbs, yes. And it's like this little container that's like this big. You can put enough, like I shove in my rice and my oatmeal so I get like as much as possible. Like for example, like one piece of bread is considered a yellow. You don't have to shove it in there to know. There's also a list of things. So you can figure all of that out too. But you guys know I talk about this all the time. You should know this, and some of you may have not. But the one thing that I love to do with dinners is the cauliflower risotto. I've told so many people about this. People tag me in it all the time. Steamed cauliflower, throw it in, however the instructions say, add 3 Laughing Cow cheese. Is that what's in there right now? Oh, that's your yellow container. 2 or 3 Laughing Cow cheese wedges, depending on the size, salt, pepper, garlic, and it tastes literally like creamy. And I put my meal prep over top of it, or I'll have it with dinner. You can do zoodles. My go-to meal prep I do every week is some type of protein. I usually do ground turkey, brown it up, add some Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and then I saute whatever vegetables I have in the house. And I'm a creature of habit. I usually buy the same similar type of vegetables. So I buy the tricolored peppers and zucchini. Chop those up throw in a can of Rotel, Italian seasoning on all of it, salt, pepper, garlic, and that's it. That is my meal plan, my meal prep every week, and I never get sick of it. Sometimes I change up the spices. That's about it. So, and you could change the vegetables, and then it could be totally different. So, does anybody else have a go-to meal prep?
I was just gonna say, so along the lines of, especially on the weekends, that's normally when it's not quarantine, Friday night is always our family night out to dinner. Like, that's what we do every week. And it's exactly like April says, I know I'm going to be eating carbs when I go out. I mean, who doesn't want to eat carbs when they go out to dinner? So that's when I absolutely have my Shakeology for breakfast. I don't have my Shakeology every day for breakfast. Sometimes it's for a snack. I don't have any carbs during the day. But the biggest thing I have learned with following the containers is, for me, it's all about balance. It's, 80% staying on track and then 20% not. And the biggest thing I've learned is not to beat myself up. Today, we had Chick-fil-A for lunch. I planned for it. I knew we were going to have it. I ate it, and I didn't feel guilty. A year ago, I would have beat myself up for the week thinking, gosh, now I'm totally off track. But it's one meal, and I planned for it the rest of the day. And I don't feel bad about it because I know I'm going to be right back on track. I was on track for my snack and dinner, and I will be back on track tomorrow. So the biggest thing I can tell you, don't beat yourself up. When you have Chick-fil-A or you go out to eat and have, you know, a drink and all that stuff, just don't beat yourself up because it's just not worth it.
Exactly. Yeah. And the other thing is too, is like, you know, maybe you did have a bad day at work and, you know, you had a potluck and you ate all the crap and you're feeling guilty. Well, have a Shakeology for dinner and just get over it. Like, it's fine. You know? So, they say one shake a day, but if there's days where you're tired or you're bored or not bored, if you're tired or you've got dinner already made, but it's maybe you're not like, not really loving that, whatever, you can always have a second shake. I don't say, I wouldn't do it every day, but there's plenty of days where I have 2 shakes a day just because like, I don't feel like cooking another meal, or that's really what I'm craving and I want it. So I have another one. So who here, has Shakeology, and what's your go-to recipe? Let's do some recipe swaps. Mine is currently. I still have peppermint mocha left because I've been literally stalking people and buying it from them. It's a seasonal flavor. I just shake it with coconut milk and ice and the Focused Energy Shake-O Boost, and that's all I do. But if it's the vegan chocolate I usually drink, I blend it up with peanut butter, banana, spinach, and almond milk. Let's see. Cafe latte with banana, ice, almond butter, and water. Sounds good. Vegan chocolate Shake-O with PB banana, milk, almond milk, and ice. Yeah. And then you can just throw in spinach and you can't taste it at all. I will throw in rice cauliflower, but you have to, I always share mine with Adley, and you have to blend it up a lot to not get piece chunks. And she'll be like, ugh, what, did you put vegetables in here again? Because I asked, she said, what was it? I said, it's a vegetable. She was like, don't do that again. But spinach, she could not tell. Let's see. Chocolate, banana, PB, spinach, unsweetened almond milk, ice blend. Yes, that's my favorite. Bake with Shakeology. Oh, excuse me. Yes. You go on Pinterest again, and there's so many like Shakeology balls, Shakeology mug cake. Ooh, a mug cake is also a great craving at night. You can just, it's like maybe baking soda or powder or something, like a little splash of milk. I don't know. I don't bake. I'm not good at that stuff. And just Pinterest will tell you what to do. So easy. I have 1 single of shake left. Oh, that's sad. I'm so sorry. I thought I was out, and now I have an extra bag. I ordered a bag, and then I was like, oh, I just put it in the wrong cupboard, an unopened one. Use frozen spinach with chocolate Shakeology and banana. I've never done frozen spinach. It doesn't have, it blends up really good.
Yeah, I use that in place of the ice, and it shreds just like the regular spinach, and you can't taste it. And then I just use one of my greens for the day, so then I don't have to worry about it later.
One less vegetable you have to eat. I am all about that. Seasonal pumpkin spice. Yes. Coconut ready whip. Oh my gosh. I put coconut whipped cream on everything yesterday. It was so funny. I put it in my coffee. I put it in my shake. I put it on my berries. I was just having a time with it yesterday. It's so good. I had something else. If anybody ever tries strawberry, my favorite is strawberry. And then you do the tropical frozen blend of fruit. It's like mango, papaya, strawberry, banana, and then a splash of orange juice, water, and ice. And it's like a freaking, what's the word? Tropical. I don't know. It's so good. So good. So an almond milk whipped cream girl. Yeah. They've been having all kinds, and they're like not much calories. There's like it's basically like air and it like in my mind, it's air. Have a little more, it's air. But yeah, that's I put it in the bottom of the cup before I pour it in. I'm kind of a pro. Anyway, can you add vodka to that? Yes, you could. I also, when you do drink, guys, I love these seltzers. They're so much better for you than beer. Let's see. This one is 100 calories and 2 carbs. So I love that too. That's like my go-to if I do want to drink now, even though I really love wine. This is much better for you. Okay, so any other struggles? Does anybody struggle with salty? I saw Stephen McQueen posted in our group that he was struggling with, he was craving like the jalapeno chips. With when people are craving like salty, that's kind of harder for me to think of like healthier alternatives. So who has tips on like salty, like savory cravings?
Kale chips. My kids actually like kale chips. It's the only vegetable they like now.
Wow, that is surprising.
You just shred it up, put it in the oven, get it crispy, and put some salt on it.
Okay, yeah, try it. I like kale chips. I mean, I cannot see. I have to see if my kid will eat that. That's good. Good to know. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to think of it today when he was talking about like, he was like, well, I messed up. I ate a lot of chips. I love the jalapeno chips. And I was like, I don't know. You could always like take a tortilla. You know, I've done this before. If you don't buy the chips, then you can take a tortilla and cut it up and bake it. And so then you get like a little bit of chips. But yeah, I can't like buy chips because that's something I usually will just house. But all right. So what I want you guys to do is get on Pinterest, try some new recipes this week, plan out your meals. And then if you do want more information on like digging into like Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset or something to get more, 2B Mindset also comes with videos too, if anybody ever wants to do that too. Elena is down 100 pounds and she really addresses emotional eating too a lot. So, but we're here to help. This was so much fun. I like, we can do this every week if you want to pick a topic that we can talk about. I also really like to address personal development quickly before we wrap up. Their go-to dinner recipe. Can everyone share your go-to dinner recipe? Mine is tacos. So yeah, share your go-to dinner recipe in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. But if anybody needs personal development, these are my two biggest, or three of them, I'll say. Rachel Hollis is amazing. So Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing are really great for self-confidence.
Is she frozen for everybody?
Yeah, she's frozen.
Like,
Oh, there you are.
oh, there you are. You're back.
Did you hear me?
No.
Oh. It says my internet connection is unstable.
You're good now, April.
Oh, okay. Rachel Hollis, anything by her is good personal development, and You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. If anybody else has any other confidence building tips or podcasts, feel free to share those too. Eggplant lasagna. Chicken tenderloins in the Instant Pot and throw some tomato sauce in there. Salsa chicken in the crock pot. Oh, this is the easiest. I love it. Frozen chicken breast with salsa over top, set on low for 5 to 6 hours. So easy. You can add extra beans if you want. You can add Greek yogurt as sour cream, pressure cooker and threw in chicken breast with salsa. Yes, so easy. Empower Her, Keisha Fitzgerald podcast. That one's good. Trent Shelton has a great podcast. Trying to think, any other easy crock pot or Instant Pot? Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you. Does anybody have an air fryer? Because Amazon is bringing me one and I'm so excited. All right, what do we, before we get going, tell me what I need to make first in my air fryer. So excited. Frozen chicken breast, Olive Garden dressing, 4th cup Parmesan cheese. Oh, that sounds delicious.
Fried pickles.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good. But they're not, they're just like pickles. This is coming from the pregnant lady right now. It's a good salty snack that's not fatty. And there's like breading. You can use like a non-gluten breading, and you literally just coat the pickles because they've already got moisture.
Mm-hmm.
You throw them in. They're really good.
Oh, yum. Sweet potatoes are really easy in there too. And then I heard wings are good, literally like anything. So I'm gonna go to town and
this will be a cheat day for you, but pigs in the blanket in the air fryer are really good as well.
Oh, well, I don't like hot dogs, so
you could use do you like sausage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that. All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to stop the recording.